Recently, Google launched Gemini Spark, which is effectively their answer to Claude Cowork and ChatGPT's Codex. Unlike Codex and Cowork though, Gemini Spark is entirely cloud-based, which if you actually want to use it to build AI agents that do useful work or to run it and trigger it off your phone, it's actually an incredibly useful capability. So in this video, I'm going to show you what it is, how to set it up, and some very simple construction workflows. So just quickly, Gemini Spark is effectively Google's AI agent builder, and it's entirely cloud-based. So you can run it from your computer or from your phone, and because you link it to your Google Drive, you can build workflows that run whether your computer is on or not, which is a very important distinction between Claude Cowork and ChatGPT Codex. So for example, I have a Google Drive folder with all my construction documentation in it, a sample construction project, and I can ask Gemini Spark a question like, can you please give me a summary of my outstanding variations in my construction folder and draft an initial notice for each of these variations? So what Gemini Spark is going to do, it's going to go look into my folder. It's going to look at any outstanding variations I have in my variation register. It's then going to go and do this task of drafting the initial notice. Again, the exact same as what you'd be able to do in something like Cowork or Codex. The difference is it's connecting to your Google Drive, not a local folder on your computer. So previously, Google sort of had two adjacent products. They had the Gemini chat feature and they had the Workflow Studio Builder, which if you wanted to build automations in the same way you would in something like N8N or Zapier, you could build them in this. Basically, what they've done in Spark is they've combined the two. You can build automations, scheduled tasks, triggered tasks. You can have skills. You can connect to other software outside of the Google ecosystem, and all your folders will link, and all your Google Drive folders will link into Gemini Spark. So just a very important point to note there is if you aren't using the Google ecosystem, this isn't really going to work for you. You can't connect it to a local folder in your computer. So my first observations of using this, so as the example, it's gone and actually given me a summary of my variations, and then it's given me these different notices. And again, because this is all in the cloud, I could have run this exact same workflow off my phone. Now, my first observations of using this is your credits go much further than what they would in something like Claude Cowork. So I'm only on the $20 a month Google plan, and I was able to run a series of workflows. For example, my project indexer and drawing analyzer workflow, which convert your projects into easy to access AI context. I was able to run both of those on quite a large set of construction documents and drawings, and it didn't consume all of my usage. If I ran something like that in Claude Cowork, I wouldn't have any credits left. So it seems like your usage goes a lot further. The reason I think this is because all the folders are within Google Drive. So Google is basically able to do some smarts and context engineering to make it read these types of files with much less context. So I actually think you're consuming a lot less tokens when you're using a tool like this versus using a harness like Claude Cowork. And the second of my initial observations is it's much more user-friendly to create automations. For example, I have an incredibly messy email inbox, and I mean, this isn't really a construction-specific workflow, but I get newsletters, I get updates from software, I get all these emails. It took me one prompt to basically set up this automated task. And again, you didn't actually have to build it in the schedule. I just created this by writing a prompt in the task list, and I told it I wanted to create a scheduled task that goes through my email inbox. I'll just find the this one, and I basically this is the correct one, and all I did is basically write a prompt telling it how I wanted it to organize my inbox and what folders I wanted it to go into, and it basically moved everything across into those folders, and now it runs on a scheduled task, and every day it runs through and cleans up my inbox. To set up this same sort of workflow, I think you need a little more tech. You need to understand how these tools work a little bit better in Claude Cowork and ChatGPT. It seems like Google has put a lot of effort into making the interface for how you actually run and set up these automations and do things like that incredibly simple. Now, that being said, because they've made it so simple to use, they've taken away a few of the controls you have over the workflow. So for example, the other thing I've noticed is you can't actually choose the model that you use to run these tasks, which is a variable I like to control when I do them. The other thing is it seems like you can only run scheduled tasks, but they've actually hidden some of that functionality. You can also create triggered tasks, but again, you just have to describe what you want it to do. Okay, so the first feature I really like that they've added to this, and this is something I use all the time, is they have added skills. So if you're not familiar with what a skill is a pre-built workflow that you create once and then you save, then you can run over and over again. For example, I have a skill that runs through and creates a budget price for my project based on my historic cost library. I have another skill that every time I get a new construction project, it goes through, looks at all the documentation and creates what I refer to as a 0.ai context folder, which is basically converts the files into easy to access AI information. So basically it creates a series of system prompts that whenever I run a task within this folder, it reads these files before it does the task, so it already understands the layout of the folder, where all the documentation is, and what each task does. So to create a skill, you can either upload one that you've created elsewhere. So for example, if all your skills you've already built in Claude Cowork, you could simply download them and upload them here. All Cowork, Codex, and now Gemini, which I was glad to see, are all using the .skill file type, so you can transfer these skills from any model to the other one. The only comment I would make is if you are uploading skills from something you've built in Claude, the nuance and the terminology is slightly different. So for example, in Gemini Spark, in Google Spark, or Gemini Spark, I think it's the correct name, they use the term Gemini.md. In Claude, they use the term Claude.md. So if you do upload a skill, just select and go edit with Gemini and just say, this is a Claude skill I've uploaded. Can you please adapt the skills so it matches Gemini? So the reason skills is such a powerful concept in construction is because all the processes we run on every project are the same. We prepare a budget price, we make a go, no go decision, decide whether to pursue the project. We then have to do a takeoff. We then have to prepare an estimate. All the workflows we're running are effectively the same on every single project. The only thing we're changing is the project we're working on. So the power of the skills is you capture your process for how you want to prepare a budget estimate, and then you can go, I'll just make sure I'm linking to the correct folder. I'm not sure if you have to link for the folder. I've been experimenting this with a little bit. It's a bit annoying you can't select this. Well, I suppose you actually can select the specific project you're working in, but it seems like if you do that, it adds all the files for the context window. So I've just been copying a link to the folder I wanted to work in. I'm not 100% sure if that's the strategy. But then to run a skill, you go / and select your skill. So I go conceptual estimate. Can you please prepare a conceptual estimate for this project? I understand that I haven't linked my library of historic project costs yet, so don't worry about that. Just make reasonable assumptions on the cost of different items. Now, the reason I said that is because within my conceptual estimate skill, or the way I was running it in Claude, is I was actually linking it to an Airtable database full of a library of costs. But I'm going to show you, I was just wanted to run this skill to prove the concept, but I'm actually going to show you after this how you would go and link external software to Gemini Spark as well. Okay, so that's skills. The next thing we've got are scheduled tasks. So as the example I gave you before is, I actually just set a scheduled task that every day goes through my email inbox and files things like receipts into my tax folder. I think it takes newsletters and puts it in newsletter folders, and it puts software updates and basically goes through and cleans up my email inbox. Again, super easy to create. You just say, I want to create a scheduled task that does XYZ and prompt it, and it will go and build it. As I said, it's much more user-friendly to create this. This basically took me one prompt to create. Now every day it's going to run through and organize my inbox. And the final feature that is built into Gemini Spark is this feature of being able to connect to external applications. You can connect to custom apps that you actually build yourself, or you can connect to external apps like Canva. So what I'm going to show you how to set up is actually connecting this to Airtable. So Airtable, it doesn't matter. I'm just showing you the concept of how you actually do this. So unlike Claude and Codex, where they already have this library of pre-built connections and you just search for the relevant one you want to do, this one is a little bit more messy. You have to copy in the link, the MCP server of the software you want to connect to. So to do this, so MCP, if you're not familiar with the term, it's just a fancy way of saying the software that a way of AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini connecting to software. So MCP isn't a Gemini specific thing, it's across all of them. So if I go connect this and go find the Airtable MCP server, and I just need to find the correct URL. And because it doesn't have the pre-built connector, if you just go down to and all these different softwares will have similar instructions, but you just get the server URL, you copy it into here, go next, and what this will do is this will run you through the connection process. It'll take a second to run, and it is just just have to walk through and prompt it, and it's saying that was an error. Please try again later. That's all we know. So that's a little disappointing. I'll try again. And on the second attempt, it seems to have run. So I just go confirm and it'll make me log in. That's frustrating. It didn't actually work. So I can't actually show you the functionality. I'm not sure if this is a teething problem or something they're going to fix, but effectively I couldn't connect it to Airtable like I planned, which is super frustrating. I'm not sure if they're going to actually release a connector store, but it looks like they're potentially planning on it because they already have Canva integrated, but that is frustrating. I'm not sure why that's not connecting. Now, the reason these MCPs are so important is because you don't want all of your files or information sitting within Google Drive. Like, you're going to use an accounting software. I, for example, have cost information that sits in Airtable. So if I actually wanted this conceptual estimating skill to run effectively, then what it should have done is actually pulled my historic costs from my Airtable connection, which would have happened via the MCP. But unfortunately, it didn't work. So the workaround, if you do want to use Gemini Spark and these connections aren't working, it does say it's in beta mode. So I'm not sure if this is some stuff they're going to fix. But if they don't fix it, the workaround you'd have to have all your data sitting within Google Drive to connect it. Actually, interestingly noticed that they do allow you to connect to GitHub. So you could also use that as a workaround. But long story short, this video actually didn't go to plan because I was expecting with the custom connections, you'd be able to easily connect to other apps. And I was actually going to make the recommendation that I was going to start using this a little bit like how I use my Hermes agent, because it's all cloud-based and you can trigger it on the phone, which means if I wanted to write notes, I would be able to send them to my Notion. I would be able to send them to my email. I'd basically be able to use this on the go on my phone. Unfortunately, the connections didn't work, so I'm going to monitor this. Hopefully they do fix it up and do it. And then I guess the way I would plan to use this is because I already have a lot of stuff in Google. This is going to be, I think, more of a replacement for what I was using Hermes for. But I guess the big thing is if you are in the Google ecosystem, then skills is probably the most important feature that has come out with this, and the most important thing that's different from Gemini Spark. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know how much I talk about pre-built skills and workflows, and that's why in Contractor OS we actually sell a library of 95 pre-built construction workflows that you can download, install, and customize to the way you're doing things. And because Gemini have fortunately decided to use this consistent agent skill framework, you can download any of them and install them in Gemini. Again, the only comment I'd make is when you actually upload the skill file, just tell it you're running it in Gemini, so it uses some of the nuances like the Gemini.md file.